Start now?
Yeah,
That's filming. We're filming.
We're filming.
Ah, okay. I'm Karl.
Hi.
Hi. I write most that I paint, and anything that I just anything creative gets me going really, and that's how I bide my time. It's either painting or photography or writing, and I love them equally. And sometimes I even infuse them together and superimpose them, and lately digitally as well.
Okay, so what inspires you to do this, to fill up your time, basically?
I feel weird with the word inspire because I've been at it for so long, so it's not like I don't wait for inspiration. It's a need, you know. One doesn't feel inspired to eat. One feels hungry, and I feel hungry in this, let's call it, spiritual endeavor. Since I was a kid, I was already doodling from a very young age, and then the first time I stepped into my art lesson at school was the first time I saw that the art room itself was the first time I saw that the matter could be taken seriously. And I used to steal a lot of papers from my grandfather's telex office at the time. And as the years went on, I picked up a name amongst my friends for being the creative one, and from a very young age I just couldn't see a blank sheet of paper. I was just forced to fill it in. So I'm the annoying type which would probably draw on your wet windows after the rainfall, you know, and leave the marks on.
Okay.
I've had many teachers, and I've been from a young age I was very inspired by my teacher Frank O'Neill. I'll pay him some contribution here. And his was the art room I mentioned earlier, and I've had many teachers. I used to go to lessons. Anything that involves the creative process gets me going. You know?
Okay. Any drawbacks or positivity being in Malta?
There are lots of drawbacks. If we're speaking artistically, there's lots of drawbacks. You can't make, as far as I know, you can't really rely on making a living. Definitely not as a poet. I mean, if I had the book, I knew in advance that the book wasn't exactly going to make me a rich man or my publishers a rich poetry. I knew in advance, but it just had to be done. And I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it as something I always wanted to do. So no, artistically, Malta you can't really rely on making a living, no matter what doors they open so far. And there has been improvement, but from when I was younger, but a lot of improvement, but still can't really rely. I'm speaking artistically. I'm going to stay speaking about construction and all that right now, if we hear enough about that. If I'm not asked, then there's a hunger. So I often find myself in the company of other artists that feel similar to myself. And there's no such thing as fame in Malta. Everyone's the guy next door. Even the president's the guy next door in Malta. No matter how well you do it, but everyone's just the guy next door. Yeah. No one's gonna come running for autographs.
Yeah.
As well. I'm a compulsive doodler. So, like I said earlier, it's either I'll go and buy myself a large canvas and look forward to that, but between then and now I will be sketching. I love sketching. I even love seeing other people's sketches, because sometimes I find the sketches even more interesting than the final product, because you can see the train of thought, the artist's train of thought before he reached that final work conclusion. I've been at it for many years. I want to look like an upcoming artist, you know. I've been at it since forever. I've exhibited, I've done conceptual exhibitions, I've done strange things in my life. The funnest exhibition I ever made was it was called Leisure Centre, and I left it, I didn't let many people know in advance what that was all about. I called it Leisure Centre. When they got there, what it was just a big gallery wrapped in bubble wrap, and we had this whole pop art and the leisure was just in the popping. Just, and the bubble wrap was underneath. I said bubble wrap, eh?
Yeah.
Was underneath our feet as well. You plop, 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 and all this petty, this little pleasure.
Yeah.
And there were tables wrapped in bubble wrap. The rolls which were left over were at the end of it, everyone rolling over them, and it was just a nice. It looked like a big inside an iceberg inside because everything was just this wrap. That was fun. That was fun because it lacked in color, it lacked in poetry. There wasn't any of the poetry there. It was just totally conceptual and cold, and just bubble wrap, and just this petty enjoyment of that. That's all there was to say. I like it when a guy doesn't stay trying to be too deep. Doesn't stay trying too hard to be too deep. Keep it simple and somewhat it's more effective that way. Same goes with music. I'm a big fan of punk because when it's because just it's a very uncomplicated riff. Sometimes those ones strike me more than when a guitarist stays trying to be too complicated to do a really complicated solo. Sometimes it's the most simple riff I find much more catchy. And
of course, it becomes technical then. Not
yeah. What makes me happy? Good company. Good company, male or female, and just good music and a warm atmosphere, and you can get a load off your act. We all work hard, and that time to have a break. And travel any chance I get. Before COVID, I used to always make it a point when I'm working to have that holiday booked. That you're working, you're going to work hard, but you've got this light at the end of the tunnel that you're going to go there at the end of this sort of season. Those things, those are the first things that came to mind anyway.
COVID, how it affected your art?
Not much. I think not much. On the contrary, I think I benefited from COVID, especially when there was the proper lockdown, because they had all the time in the world to just do that. And there's lots of light in the room. I'm just I think I'm quite. I always was way before COVID. I think I was quite quarantine savvy.
Okay.
Quarantine savvy.
Okay. So it came natural to you then.
Yes. It was like I was prepared my life was preparing myself for this sort of. I always wanted to be involved in some kind of apocalypse, but this one was a bit boring. I was hoping it would be something with the planes overhead and zombies, but this one was just like we're just forced to stay in and chill out. Do you like it or not? Stay in and relax, or else. That's been a bit of a dream come true in a way. Now I put on my glasses. Now I look like Padre Pio. Oh my God. A young Padre Pio. Roses are red and violets are blue, and if you found yourself in a place like this, you would write poems too. And it wouldn't matter if you don't sound like Bruce Springsteen or Edith Piaf, you'd sing. All above the chaos. He wrote her a little poem. She cooked him a hot meal. It was all above the chaos. It was almost the real deal.
Good.
She's alright, she's delicate, a Vermeer. But she makes it all too concise and too clear that she's not even here. Might as well, it's called.
Yeah.
Action. Without love, all the round marble tabletops of every Parisian cafe might as well be thrown into the river. And the girl sitting opposite, that works like a drug, that made you want to talk, might as well be a skeleton. And a flowered dress executed by hanging in a second-hand store, as all the poetry dissolves into the sunset like an Alka-Seltzer tablet fizzing out in your glass. It feels good. So good to write, it helps one make it through the night. And all them rotten deals don't matter now. They've been cancelled, don't ask me how. But it feels so good to write. The heart puffs up and the darkness explodes.